Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for watching in our presentation. It's great to see you all. Let me introduce myself and my partner. I am Citra Wulan Aprilia, and my partner first, Najihatul Kamila, second Sri Maya Pratiwi, third Rahayu, and the last Novita Ratna Amelia. The purpose of our presentation is to find how early childhood professional development.
Hi, I'm Srimaya Pratiwi. I will describe conceptualizing professional development for an under professional workforce. Consistent with this conceptualizing is the world teacher approach PD described as framework ensure that all components are aligned in a way that will be most effective for teacher and ultimately for the children and families themselves. In service for professional development, much of the PD in which early childhood teachers participate is largely ineffective in producing meaningful change in teacher competency. This ineffective may stem from a number of different factors, including issues with implementation. Number 1. The what? Teacher beliefs and practice. Teacher beliefs and practice are two outcomes that are frequently targeted through professional development give their association with high quality early childhood experience for children beliefs that teachers have about young children, what children are capable of doing and how children learn, with teacher practice in ways that either concern or expand children learning opportunity because beliefs are professional judgment based ones upbringing and experience teacher beliefs and can be framed as part of the who in professional development models. Teacher beliefs may be framed as part of the what because they are part of competency and can affect teacher-child interaction and instructional practice. At the heart of high-quality early childhood practice are thoughtfully planned and play-based learning opportunity carefully individualized by a teacher who knows the children abilities and interests. Number 2, the how models of the teacher professional development. Professional development provide to early childhood workforce repression a key mechanism for impacting teacher beliefs and practice. Professional development refers to a broad category of activities that professional development provide to early childhood workforce repression a key mechanism for impacting teacher beliefs and practice. Professional development refers to a broad category of activities designed to support the acquisition and application of three types of competency: knowledge, skills, and disposition. Number 1 is training workshop are a common professional development activity that typically take place outside of formal education and are focused on knowledge or skill building in. A particular domain training workshop may have limited value for making sustained change in practice that support children development. Number 2, college coursework. PD is centered on increasing the educational preparation of the EZE workforce provides teachers with opportunity to engage in college level coursework. Having a college degree predict teacher holding more positive beliefs and engaging in higher quality teacher practice in the classroom. And the next, coaching, a promising PD. The definition of coaching is uppermost, but often centered on an individualizing instructional or relationship-based approach with the use planning, observation, action, reflection, and timely feedback. For instance, pre-kindergarten teacher who participates in a coaching program on supporting children math development had believed that were better aligned to standard for math teaching and learning and indicate the greater intention to teach children math in developmentally appropriate ways. The next order, Professional development experience include in-person visiting of the early childhood program, participating in community of practice, and attending professional organizing meeting. Some of the PD experience may include peer-to-peer support, where teachers support one another and to adopt more developmentally appropriate beliefs and practice. 5. The WHO preschool teacher and infant all children teacher. Infant all children teachers have vastly different experience of PD compared to preschool teacher. Infant all teacher report fewer instances of participation in PD activities compared to teachers of preschool due to the instances of participation in PD activities compared to teachers of preschool due to their of research. It is unclear, however, to extent to which this kind of the PD experience are linked different to beliefs and practice. For intent or children teacher compared to preschool teacher, examining this potential difference, for instance, of student teacher and preschool teacher may help inform effort to improve the high quality of early childhood program to professional development. Number 1 is training workshop are a common professional development activity that typically take place outside of formal education and are focused on knowledge or skill building in. A particular domain training workshop may have limited value for making sustained change in practice that support children development. Number 2, college coursework. PD is centered on increasing the educational preparation of the EZE workforce provides teachers with opportunity to engage in college level coursework. Having a college degree predicts teachers holding more positive beliefs and engaging in higher quality teacher practice in the classroom. And the next, coaching, a promising PD. The definition of coaching is uppermost, but often centered on an individualizing instructional or relationship-based approach with the use planning, observation, action, reflection, and timely feedback. For instance, pre-kindergarten teacher who participates in a coaching program on supporting children math development had believed that were better aligned to standard for math teaching and learning and indicate the greater intention to teach children math in developmentally appropriate ways. The next order professional development experience include in-person visiting of the early childhood program, participating in community of practice, and attending professional organizing meeting. Some of the PD experience may include peer-to-peer support, where teachers support one another and to adopt more developmentally appropriate beliefs and practice. 5. The WHO preschool teacher and infant all children teacher. Infant all children teachers have vastly different experience of PD compared to preschool teacher. Infant all teachers report fewer instances of participation in PD activities compared to teachers of preschool due to the instances of participation in PD activities compared to teachers of preschool due to their of research. It is unclear, however, to extent to which this kind of the PD experience are linked.
Method data source. Data for this project come from the National Survey of Early Care and Education, or NSICI Workforce Survey and NSCI Project Team 2011. The NSCI is a nationally representative study of the Asia workforce. It was created to develop a broad understanding of early care and education across the nation and includes data on families, center-based providers, home-based providers, and the early childhood workforce sampling. The NCC achieved a multi-stage probability designed to draw a nationally representative sample. Participants were selected from state and national lists of providers and were sampled from all 50 states as well as the District of Columbia. A database was created for the center-based provider survey of all programs that had at least one provider serving children under the age of 13. A list of center-based providers. The completed interviews served as the database for the workforce survey. Participants were selected from this database. One teacher was randomly selected from each identified center. In further information about the sampling procedures and their national representativeness is in the workforce access guide. Participant. The current study includes a subsample of the 4,000 to 3 teachers who reported serving children under the age of 5 years old. Of this subsample, 1.402 teachers reported serving primarily children under the age of 3 years, and 2.621 teachers reported serving primarily children between 3 and 5 years old. Contains descriptive characteristics for the overall subsample and by the age group. Children served teachers were predominantly female, and about half of teachers had a college degree. The samples was racially and ethnically diverse, with a quarter of the sample identifying as a racial or ethnic minority. 3/4 of the samples were employed in full-time positions and held varying roles in the classroom, with 2/3 of teachers serving as lead teachers or instructors. Teachers had about an average of 9 years of experience in child care procedure. Participants were recruited from the data of center-based providers who participated participated in the center-based provider interview, which listed staff members. Workforce staff were recruited from randomly selected classrooms to participate in the workforce survey, from which data for the current study are drawn. The survey was conducted by the web computer-assisted interview with a field interviewer in person or by phone, or by paper and pencil. Self-administered questionnaire surveys were completed in 2012. Surveys were available in English and Spanish.
Differences in professional development experience, belief, and self-reported practice. To address the question of differences in professional development experience, belief, and practice between infant or toddler teacher and preschool teacher. Comparisons were made to test for statistically significant differences. Adjustment for multiple comparisons were made using the Bonferroni correction. First, professional development. Participation in professional development activity within the past 12 months was examined. Results show that infant or toddler teacher less often reported attending a workshop in the past 12 months compared to preschool teacher. Whether infant or toddler teacher report visiting older classroom as a professional development activity than preschool teacher. Second, belief. Comparisons were conducted to examine differences in the belief of infant or toddler teacher and preschool teacher. Results show that infant or toddler teacher report greater traditional belief than preschool teacher. Preschool teacher report greater progressive belief than infant or toddler teacher. And the last, self-report practices. Teacher report of the number of days in the last week that they planned specific activity was examined to identify differences in practices between infant or toddler teacher and preschool teacher. Results show that infant or toddler teacher report fewer days in which they plan learning activity for children. Infant or toddler teacher report fewer days implementing activity involving games that were organized and supervised.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Najatul Kamila. I'm going to have a presentation. Teacher Heiki's level of education was included in the model as a confederate to control for potential association between education, background, and participation, professional development experience. Visiting another classroom as part of professional development predicted a higher frequency of planned activity. Higher level of education were associated with participation in all forms of professional development.
Judging effects on belief and practice.
Of other form of professional development, coaching was associated with practice and or valid for both groups of early childhood teachers. For both infant to toddler and preschool teacher, coaching was associated with lower traditional beliefs. While for preschool teacher, coaching was associated with a greater frequency of planned activities. This finding the consistent of the small but growing literature on the positive effect of high intensity coaching for improving classroom quality and child outcomes, and its effect in contrast or intensity model of professional development such as workshop or coursework. Traditional beliefs are that with adults in both education and income as well as cultural background and cognitive skill. Thus, traditional beliefs are likely very difficult, typical one-size-all models of professional development. Differential professional development influence on practice. In current study, teachers self-report the frequency of planned activities are tip of intentionality to provide education experience to young children. Found that the teachers of infant and toddler teacher of preschool more frequently planned singing and movement activities. This age group difference in frequency of planning learning activities and organized games not surprising. Later development relevancy or organized games to preschool age children, and the greater emphasis on learning content related to traditional academic areas of home care children between 3 and 5 years. For infant or toddler teachers, less frequently learning activities and organized game is a marker on intentionally allowing time for more child exploration. Artists among the groups of teachers in planning pre-choice opportunity and movement and music activities and art development for fun all young children. Consistent with this interpretation and indicate of infant or toddlers respond to this item are indicative or they to work with children. Strength, limitation, and future direction. Future work should look more closely at the content of professional development as well as delivery model, particularly for infant or toddler teachers.